by the end of January, over 400,000 new tokens were launched every week.
It's crazy, eh?
Like if you look back at 2021, we thought 20,000 tokens in total was a huge amount.
Yeah.
But now there's being 400,000 being made every week. Like it's just ridiculous.
Seems unreasonable now that like a rising tide raises all ships, right? Like that saying. Like if the whole market goes, everything goes. I just don't know if we ever see that again. Like,
yeah, it's hard to sort of imagine that in this landscape. Like, because the main chain that we're seeing all these new tokens being launched is Solana, and that's because of projects like Pump.fun, where pretty much anyone can create their own token.
Yep.
And I think from a fundamental standpoint, that is a major issue because there should be a barrier to entry in order to create a crypto project. Like
maybe there shouldn't be, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, I think in the past you could probably have that perspective, and because you want to see community-backed coins that are just based on nothing. Like Dog with Hat doesn't try to be anything, right? It's just a meme coin based on a dog literally with a hat. But now we're seeing just everyone trying to get a piece of the pie and create their own meme coin, but it's just gone ridiculous. And
it's all the celebs, right?
And the distribution of wealth across crypto is just getting so thin. So the projects with good fundamentals are losing out on some of that value that's flowing in. So I don't know. Like, do you think something needs to change in that aspect where, like, there should be a barrier to entry to create a token?
I don't think so. I think we've seen this always in terms of like, you can call it vaporware or whatever you want to call it. Like things just pop up overnight saying they do something, or in this case, do nothing, and they just attract attention. Because for me, it's like the markets, the only thing that they do is they advertise, right? Price goes higher, that's advertising. People then rush to obviously buy that product. In this case, it's meme coins.
Yeah.
The only thing is like when, like we talked about the macro earlier. So like when the macro environment doesn't support growth, when you think about like crypto right now, I feel like the amount of money in the system, like it's not really growing. Like the size of the pie is staying relatively the same size. It actually is growing a little bit, but not much, right? So it's effectively PvP. Like it's player versus player. Who's going to steal market cap from who, and then who's going to sell and actually take and realize that gain, right? So it's just like, it's almost like hot potato is like the best way I can think of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if anything has to change, but I think the market will get to this point where it just gets like the average person is just disgusted with the idea of these meme coins.
Yeah.
And I could see a situation where, like we talked about the ETFs, when they get greenlit, that could blow some huge positive tailwinds into some of the more blue chip meme coins. Because I think there'll always be demand for meme coins, but maybe everyone gets over these like trench warfare meme coins where you have to like be in from the bottom and sell aggressively and go into more your blue chips that have been around for quite some time. They're generally better distributions as well because they're not so concentrated with a few. There's many that hold those tokens as well. So I don't know if I agree that they need to disappear.
Yeah, you can't go on like this, right? Because there's just no value being put into any of these projects, and it's taking away from the value of the real projects with strong fundamentals. And then if people don't see those things, going up, and which most people, are in crypto to make a profit, right? But if they can't make a profit on some of the projects that they think have, a strong background, a strong team, then they're not going to bother, right? So I think, you're right. It's sort of seasonal in that sense, but something needs to change at some point.
I always feel like I've only been like through two major altcoin cycles, right? So this being the second major one, there's always something that happens that makes everyone a Bitcoin maxi. And I feel like this is kind of like the sobering moment for everyone and looking at their portfolio thinking, all right, I wish I had more Bitcoin. Yeah. And that's usually like the bottom of the bottom when people become a maxi.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But what about, do you really think that something's got to change or?